Hello everyone, I'm here to talk to you about the CLS 550 Mercedes problem that I fixed recently, the air suspension. I have got her done, okay, and my theory was correct. It was the right front shock. Now, a shop wanted to charge me $1,000 for the shocks and $1,500 for labor. Of course, I didn't have the money for that at all, so I did it myself. This side shock, right here, it's way in the back right there, the little chrome piece right back there. That boot that was back there, it was ripped. If you raise this car too high up, it'll start to rip that seal, and that holds all the air, and it'll go down and up, causing more pressure on your pump, which is not good. So when I took it apart, I found that major rip inside there, which is, I knew it was bad. So I took it off and replaced that one, and I did the same on the driver's side. You have to do these in pairs, okay? You cannot do them one at a time. Do them in pairs, because your air travel is going to be off. As soon as you get this done, send it to the factory, like Mercedes, that has a tool to set your correct air temperature, not air temperature, Jesus Christ, your air height on your car. So if you're riding too high, you're just going to blow another shock. Riding too low, you're going to be on the bottom. So you got to take it in, see what kind of air is in your shocks, and they can adjust it for you. Same with the back, okay? Once I did the fronts, I had to do the back too. I had to do the back because the back was off too on the air, so the air wasn't rising that much. So I took it in. She's now sitting perfectly on air. Your pump for your air suspension is located right here on the driver's side fender, right here inside your bumper. Easy way to get to this pump is if you take off your wheel, take off this inner welding right here. I have 4 screws inside here, 4, and 1 on the body that's inside, and the 2 underneath, okay, 2 underneath. So take that completely out, and you'll see your pump and your air lines right there. That's where you see your air pump, okay? To test your air pump to see if it's leaking too, basically jack up your car and see if air's leaking from your pump. If you hear air leaking from here, if you hear the air leaking from right here, from anywhere right in here, that means you have an air pump problem. If you jack up like this side, because I jacked up the other side, the passenger side, as soon as I jacked it up, I heard the air leaking from that side when I jacked it up, because the tire was going down and releasing more and more air. So it sounded like a big old air gun going off, okay? So I knew it was that side. As soon as I jacked up this side, the driver's side, there was no air leak. The pump was totally fine. It may have been overrun or overused too much, but it was just fine, okay? That's the one thing about air suspension. To take these shocks off, they're really simple. There's 3 bolts underneath the hood, okay? There's 1 bolt on top of the A-arm, the wishbone, okay, on top, and then 1 on the bottom, okay? Now to get these off, you're gonna have to do a little bit of a heavy lifting and pulling and pushing at the same time. But other than that, blue Loctite with nuts and bolts again, okay? On the top of this wishbone arm, that's right up here, it's right here, this nut that's right here on the bottom where my finger is, takes an Allen head wrench or an Allen head socket to hold the ball in place. And you just tighten up the nut with the wrench, and that's the easiest way to do it. The bottom one is just a socket and a wrench, easy to pull apart, not bad at all. But while I was underneath there, might as well change the brakes and rotors, so that's what I did on the CLS 550. This was a CLS 550 Mercedes problem, air suspension problem, okay? I've had this for a long time, and when the suspension went out, it didn't tell me on the dash that you had a suspension problem. It does not tell you, okay? Your check engine light doesn't pop on, service light doesn't pop on. It does not. It's your job to check it, okay? If you know it's riding low, because it's wintertime, of course it's going to be a little bit low because it's cold air, okay? But if it's like hot summer day, like 90 degrees outside in the morning, or if you live in California or some place like that, and you see it's going low on one side, take it in the shop, see what they say. But if you do it yourself, you save yourself a lot of money. I got my parts from San Diego. A guy named Will at Buy Right Auto Parts gave me both of my shocks for $700 for both sides. That's good. That's chop $300 off right there. And I did it in my shop. I saved myself $1,500 right there. So that's a grand total of $1,800 I just saved myself. If you're a DIY, do it yourself. It's really simple. It's not complicated. The airlines were so simple. I just had to take out the brass piece and insert the new hose, okay? That's all you had to do. As far as that, 18, 19-inch socket and wrench, Allen head wrench, and a 14-inch wrench. And then some good old elbow grease to get those shocks back in there, because they were pretty tough to get back in there, but she's riding fine now. But if you guys have any more problems with your suspension or any other Mercedes issues, let me know in the comments below. I'll look at them and I'll tell you what the diagnosis is. Thank you so much for watching, and everyone, have a good day and enjoy your Mercedes. Bye bye.